What's going on, people? TroopzTV back again. Back our blood clot again, you understand? Welcome back, people. Welcome back to the Arsenal breakdown. You understand? It's that time when the Avengers them assemble, fam. You get me? The Avengers them have assembled, blood. You understand? Make sure you drop a like, all of that good stuff. You get me? We got Zaza, Potts, and Gunner in the cup, blood. You get me? But we have a new guest to the channel, blood. You understand? The chat been calling for him, blood. You get me? They want a different point of view, blood. Pause. You understand? They want a different thought process, blood. You get me? So it's only right that we had to, you get me, pull up and shout Egal, blood. You know what I'm saying? So big up Egal, blood. Welcome to the channel. You understand? Mr. Arteta. Mr. Emmy, the head of Arteta's defense team, blood. You understand? He is the head of it, blood. You get me? Like, we have to big him up, though, blood. You get me? Because the amount of strays I hold for this guy, blood. You understand? It's mad, bro. You get me? So it's only right that you pull up, blood. What are you telling me, though?
Hey, I'm doing well. Hope everyone's good. Thanks for having me. And hopefully you're not catching too many strays because we don't think alike at all, I don't think. So majority of the time you can just tell people, yo, that's Egal. I think different.
Yeah, but I always pay for your sins, blood. You get
Now
me?
that's just Lewis being silly, man.
You understand? Lewis, Flawless, Monts, the fucking whole lot of them, blood. You get me?
Okay, so hold Mons accountable for half the Twitter accounts that talk shit about Liverpool.
Nah, I'm gonna hold you accountable for Arsenal. Blood. You get me?
I'm so excited for this.
You understand? But this is gonna be an interesting one. You get me? Potts, Zar, Gunner, welcome back, blood. You get me? Make sure you subscribe to everyone as well. Link in the description. You understand? Let's just get this. Let's just kick this off, blood. You get me? Christian, what is it? Christian. It's Christian, isn't it? Christian Norgard.
Norgard, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You understand? The medical has been booked. You get me? What are you lot saying on this signing, blood? You get me? Like, we see. Look, Gunner's gone already, blood. You understand? Like, it's for me. Yeah, it's. I got two thought processes, isn't it? Like, I get it, but it's underwhelming, blood. You understand? It's very underwhelming. You get me? You're seeing the rivals go out and get Cherky, Verts. You understand? Vrinders. United are getting Mbuemo nearly done. Cunha's there already. And you get me? We go out and Kepa and Norgard are the first moves, blood. You get me? Like I said, with both moves, I get it in it, but it's very underwhelming, blood. You understand? It's not signings that are gonna get us over the line. You get me? But what are you lot's thoughts on this one, blood?
Can I go start? I'll go on then. You go. You're new.
Yeah,
You're new to the channel. You go first, so we can hear all the waffling, and then we can just go afterwards.
I know everyone's going to shut it down.
The defense lawyer will step to the. You get me? You got to step forward.
I know everyone's going to shut it down, but let's be honest. You always say we don't get all the things that we need to get done. So at least the club is realizing they need to get multiple deals done. So they're spending their money wisely. I think Lee. I've seen Lee. I've seen Dan. I've seen Troops. All of you guys complain about players on high wages that are not necessarily being big features in the team. And the club is being smart, avoiding that kind of situation with Thomas Partey. He's asking for reportedly 50K raise in his wages. This is what's been reported. He's currently on 200K a week. Even if we offered him 200K a week to sit on the bench, doesn't necessarily make sense. So the club seems to have been in a situation where he is not going to be a mainstay. I think Zubamendi's coming into the team to be the main replacement for Partey. Norgard would be coming in for the Jorginho replacement. And I know you guys don't like accountants, but financially it does make a lot of sense for the club to take two players who are on 200 and another one on 100 and lower those wage bill to a player who's currently Zubamendi, who's going to be around 100 to 150, and a player who's currently on 40K a week. That is going to save the club a lot of money, so we can spend it more on the necessary pieces, which is the attack. Now, I know everyone wants big signings, but guess what? Norgard coming in, he's going to be like, what, fifth choice, third choice DM. We still have Declan Rice. We still have, Zubamendi. And just to take away, I think this is a no-brainer because you don't need to spend a ridiculous amount of money on a backup. You don't need to spend too much money on backups. Jorginho wasn't a big money signing. Norgard is not going to be a big money signing. The big money signings hopefully are going to be in the attack. And as long as that happens, we're bringing in a leader. We're bringing in somebody who's Brentford captain, somebody who from DM got 9 GA last year. We yell about Premier League proven. He's Premier League proven. And I don't think there's too much wrong with having a sensible signing. It's just everything else also has to fall in line. Then make this signing look a lot better than it actually is, in my opinion. But
can I call first, Guns, just very quickly?
Yeah, dude, go on, man. I'm listening. His maths is obviously not mathing, but go on, Dan.
Oh, this whole we're saving money thing doesn't make any sense to me, bruv. Right, I've got to be honest with you, Egal. So let me give you an example. First of all, I don't give a shit about the money personally because I'm not an accountant. So for me, I look at the scenario and I think, would I rather have Zubimendi and Partey, or would I rather have Zubimendi and Norgard? I would rather have Zubimendi and Partey. Forget Jorginho because he's done. We knew he was gone, right? This isn't like, oh, is he better than Jorginho? Is he? I'm talking about Thomas Partey because we all thought it was going to be Zubimendi and Partey. It's turned out now that it's going to be Zubimendi and Norgard. First of all, that's worse and it's weaker. Aside from that, I look at the financial situation. What we could have paid Partey extra, we've basically given to Norgard, in my opinion. That is basically what we've done. So we have said we'll give you 10 millions with add-ons and installments, and Christ knows how long we're paying that for, by the way, to this guy. Why don't we just give Partey what he wanted and give him like a year of another option? And then we've got Partey and Zubimendi. You can't tell me we're saving shitloads of money by doing that. Please.
Okay, this is where it is. I've done the math. So Thomas Partey gets 200. You guys are laughing. You guys are laughing. 250K a week. 250K a week over a year would be 13 million. 13 million over 2 years is 26 million. Norgard signing does not cost us more than 26 million over 2 years. It's going to cost us 10 million for the signing, and it's going to cost us around 2.1 million a year. So that's, say he's on a 2-year deal. At most, this whole Norgard signing over 2 years will cost the club 14 million. Thomas Partey a season sitting on the bench or starting or being injured will cost the club 13 million. They've saved over 13 million on Norgard in for Thomas Partey.
Okay, this is where your maths ain't mathing. Norgard's on 40 grand a week.
Where the money doesn't make sense. 13 million is the equivalent to Arsenal now putting that extra money to go and get another defender. Or we can potentially go get that defender from Lille for 13 million. We can potentially go get that defender from Valencia for 13 million. That money is a big change in our, and it could help us go get other players that we necessarily need. So Dan, it's not that the math is not math, and like Lee said, it actually makes so much sense financially for the club to go and say, well, it's not about that. It's about, is Thomas Partey?
It should be now. That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be about saving bloody pennies, man.
Is Thomas Partey worth 250K a week going forward? Because what he brought to us the last 2 seasons was amazing. But going forward, is he going to be worth that?
Yeah.
I mean, go on, Lee. Go on.
No, right. So Norgard's on 40 grand a week at Brentford. He ain't coming in on less.
Yeah, right. I understand.
Right, so he's probably going to be, the way we pay players multiple times their salary from previous clubs, he's going to be on about 100 grand a week. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe more. Calafiori went from 12 grand a week to 120. Yeah, Mikel Merino went from 50 grand a week with a year left on his contract to 130. Yeah, and he's a backup player as well. I don't think you've also understand, we only have 5 or 6 midfielders. So when you're saying Norgard's going to be 5th choice, no, he ain't. What happens if one of our midfielders gets injured? We've got Odegaard, Norgard, Zubimendi, Merino, and Rice. Who else we got?
Is that why they're looking at Hato, you think? Because they want to move Skelly into midfield?
Skelly to midfield, yeah.
Maybe.
I know you guys don't want to hear this, but the reality is 2 midfielders went out, 2 midfielders went in.
Yeah, so we haven't moved forward then.
We've covered the situation where we're leaving ourselves short in midfield, because regardless, if 2 were going to go out, 2 needed to come in, and we
were short anyway.
Yes, fair, but
so we still need more midfielders. It's a rebuild, like we told you on Potts' channel, and you said it's a retool.
Yeah, we're retooling. We're not really changing. Listen, we're not changing. We're not changing the main shell of our starting 11. Is not changing too much. Really,
so therefore we ain't going to win again then.
2 to 3 2 to 3 level raisers are coming into the team, and 2 to 3 squad players are coming into the team. That's what I think is going to happen.
Okay, this is where Arsenal go wrong every season, and this is why I get the ump with this fan base, because they accept crap. Nobody wanted Norgard before yesterday. Let's just cut the shit.
Norgard was actually on the list of players who were one of the best.
Was he on your? Was he? It doesn't matter whether he was on the best or not. Yeah, he got dribbled past a third most in the league last season.
Defensively, he was one of the best midfielders.
Yeah, so was Mikel Merino. He was the best in Europe.
No,
defensive
Mikel Merino's
tackles.
not on that list. Zubamendi, Agume, all these guys.
He's rubbish.
What do you call it? Santos from Chelsea. They're all on the same graphic. Where
and this is why I don't look at graphics. I watch the players and they're rubbish. Yeah, I watch Agume every week for Seville. He's shit. Lokonga's better than him. Yeah, this defender you're waffling about, what's his name? Mosquito, whatever his name is at Valencia. He's rubbish as well. Yeah,
so
he's
why
rubbish.
Did Real Madrid want him?
Who said they want him? If they want him, they're getting him. Because anyone who's playing in Spain, if they want him, they're getting him. Let's just be real with it. It's Real Madrid. Yeah. And if they want him, they're getting him. Why would they want him?
Do this? Why does everything have to be shit or amazing? Like
well, because that's the reality of it. You either win or you're shit. It's pretty simple, yeah. And we have just taken a backward step by getting rid of Thomas Partey, who, by the way, like you just agreed with me, right? Like you just agreed with me, Norgard's going to be on more than 40 grand a week, which is on now, yeah. So let's assume he's on 50 grand a week. Why didn't we just give that to Partey? Plus, we've actually got to pay to get him in. Yeah, so hold on a second. We could have given Partey 50 grand a week extra. Yeah. Add the money from Norgard to that, mate. How about that? Yeah, because Thomas Partey walks straight into this team as a first-team starter yet again next season. However, what we've done is we've gone for the cheap option, bamboozling fans like yourself into believing that we've got free ceiling raisers and floor raisers, coming into the football club. We ain't. We're going to sign Sesko, mate.
I hope we don't. I personally want nothing else. As for what you said about Partey, guys, the club can't just give Partey a 50K a week raise. It's going to mess up the whole.
Well, they gave Martin Odegaard at 100. Hold on. Martin Odegaard was on 115 grand a week. He went to 240, so they could do it for him.
It's going to mess up.
Would Partey even want 250 grand if Havertz weren't on that amount of money?
Probably not.
Facts.
Probably not. True.
Because to me, Havertz is the fucking, like, no matter what anyone says, like, him coming into the club has fucked up a lot of shit, bro. Because of his wages and Arteta's, like, constant, like, persistence to make it work. Oh, I'm going to play him here. I'm going to play him here. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. He's going to get injured. We're going to rush him back. He's going to go to the gym. All of this shit, bro. A new Havertz. You understand? Like, bro, he has fucked up the club, bro. He fucked up this whole process.
It's not his fault. It's the people who put him on those wages. Because at Chelsea, he was on 320 a week.
No, he weren't. He was on 250.
On 250. But Egal,
where did I see 320? Was that his
probably on a graphic that don't make sense on Twitter.
Okay, so we gave him a raise to come here.
Yeah, but that would be with every single player we sign, Egal.
Okay, so this is
do you know how much Kivior was on at Spezia? Do you know how much he was on a week?
Like 12 grand.
2,100 euros a week.
Right now.
He's on 58 grand. Since when do you get a 19 times pay rise?
Bro, YouTubers were making more bread than Kiwior, blood.
Thanks.
Crazy. Bro, I'll tell you this.
Where did you see now that he wants 300 grand a week then, Partey? Or 200, whatever it was?
Guys, I heard it was 200 he wanted.
What I heard from a Ghanaian guy on Twitter speaking.
I played that clip yesterday. I ain't got a clue what day it is.
The guy who said he's close to Partey and he knows what's going on.
That guy was an uncle, blood.
He basically came out and said Thomas Partey and Arsenal have been having negotiations over the contract, and Arsenal do not want to pay him more than what he's currently on, and they've offered him a deal with what he's currently on.
There was a meeting, but Arteta wasn't in the country or something.
Yeah, he was in
Spain. The meeting happen. Yeah.
So he had two offers elsewhere that is better than what Arsenal offered him, and this is his final big deal. So he wants the security for his own family, but he wants to stay at Arsenal, obviously. But Arsenal don't want to pay him the money that he wants.
And I've seen as well the amount of people gassing up this deal. Oh, he's younger. He's younger than Partey, mate. He's 1 year, 2 months younger than Thomas Partey.
Nobody's gassing up Norgard.
Really? You put out a tweet. Yeah, you know what? Put a tweet out saying bargain, 11 million bargain with a picture of him.
I said it's a no-brainer. I said it's a no-brainer.
You said bargain.
Yeah,
I read the
11
tweet.
million is a bargain for a Premier League proven midfielder.
So you
who
did
came
tweet
in.
out 11 million bargain.
That is not gassing up a player. That is just saying 11 million for a Premier League proven player walking into your team.
No, so this is another thing. Sorry, I know we're waffling, yeah, right? Like over you, yeah. But at the same time, yeah, nobody wanted this guy. Nobody had him on their shortlist until it was, oh, David Ornstein's put it out, and then everyone starts doing what they always do. They gas up every player that's
We
linked
were
to
linked to
Arsenal.
him 3 days ago.
But hold on, when and what was the answer then? Oh yeah, we'll have him. Well, now everyone's doing that. Oh, it's Premier League proven. Now all the stats come out. Compilations are out. I said compilation
It's a
yesterday.
sensible signing, though.
It's good
Sensible,
business. That's
okay.
what I keep hearing. Good business. That's
Sensible signing.
Did you want
Well, okay, so
Camavinga
hold on.
for 80 million as a backup? Like, I'm confused.
Okay, so no, this is where you're confusing things. Why do we need backups? We need players to come in and make themselves first teamers. But this is where we never win nothing, Egal. If you go and have a look at Man City's team, that played the other day, go and have a look at their first 11 and then look at their bench. They have got 2 11s already, mate. Then since January, they have signed 10 players for 10 different positions. If they get a right back, they've got a whole new 11 since January. What are we doing?
Can we do that?
Yeah, we can.
No,
we can.
can't.
Yes, we can. We could rip up. We could rip
We don't
up.
have the financial freedom that Man City do because
Why don't we have the financial freedom? Because
they're
according to
able
all
to
these
sell
things,
their
people
academy.
think that we can blow people out the water. We can spend 300 million this summer because we done so well in the last 2 to 3 years on PSR. So why the fuck aren't we spending, bro?
You know, we've
Because
spent more money than Man City in the last 5 years
as much
ago.
as we
don't you?
hate
You know,
it.
we've spent more money than Man City in the last 5 years ago. You know that,
No,
right?
we haven't. No, we haven't. Because
until
net
January,
spend
we
you're
did.
looking
Yeah,
at.
until
You're probably
January, we
looking at
did.
net spend, but they've spent way more than us. As for why, guys, it's very simple. Chelsea outsmart the system. If we sold the women's team right now, we would be able to make that kind of. We would be able to do it.
Oh no, they're cheating. They outsmarted the system.
No, but
no. Do you know how they outsmart the system? Both of them clubs
by selling the women's team and selling hotels.
No. That's cool. Yeah. Well, why aren't we doing that then? Why aren't we doing that then?
80 million of the money.
So why aren't we doing that then?
I don't know. The club
because we don't want to win, and do you know another reason? Do you know another reason? Do you know another reason why they keep spending? And they Chelsea had the best PSR in the league, Man City third. Yeah, do you know why? Because they sell all their academy players for top dollar. Where are our academy players? Oh yeah, another one's just left for free, by the way. Butler of the day, yeah, he's just left for free. Yeah, Mikel Arteta, if he had played him more than 1 minute in a game or whatever it was, we might have actually got 10 million.
Nah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Well, he might have signed a new deal and then we could have got 10 million.
Don't put academy players leaving for free on Arteta. That's the club not being run properly and not.
Okay, but can we put Thomas Partey leaving for free, Tierney leaving for free, Jorginho leaving for free because they're first team players?
So why didn't the club negotiate with the player? Why did they?
Well, hold on. Do you remember when that statement came out from Ralstonelli? Do you remember the Ralstonelli? If a player goes down to 2 years left on their contract, yeah, we're going to tell them they're either leaving or they're signing a new contract. We're either going to sell them or they're signing a new contract. How have we just let 3 players that have cost us? Thomas Partey cost us nearly 100 million quid all in. Yeah, Tierney cost about 45. Jorginho cost us 27. Yeah, have we just allowed all that to walk out and not get nothing back? This is why Chelsea and Man City can keep spending, because they would have sold them 2 years ago or a year ago. Yeah, we have now got another player, Zinchenko, sitting on 150 grand a week when he was on 20 grand a week at Man City, by the way. Yeah, put him straight on 150. Last year of his contract coming up. This year, from the 1st of July, is in the last year. How much are we getting for him? Peanuts.
You want to know something? This is why Norgard's deal makes so much sense, though. Because everything is now getting, everybody's wages is starting to come closer and align to lower wages.
My lads, do you know what this sounds like? Do you know what it sounds like? It sounds like when he first got the job.
No. It has nothing to do with
when he first got the job and he had to get a Aubameyang off and Ozil off and all that. It's almost like he's cocked it up and now Bert's coming to try and repair it.
How is it Arteta's fault that these guys are on crazy wages? He's not the one giving them the contracts.
Who wanted them?
This is the board. And
I don't think you understand either that they can't. You know, when you have a budget, the budget includes wages.
You can't pin everything on the manager. Certain things are not the manager's job. He doesn't decide Thomas Partey gets 50k extra or not. He doesn't decide if they give Kai Havertz 280 or not. He just does his job as he's supposed to do on the pitch. Behind the scenes, the people getting the contract signed, the Richard Garlicks of the world, what was he doing for the last couple of years when Thomas Partey was running down his contract? And by the way, I think the club got their money's worth from Thomas Partey because we signed him for 45 million, and he was one of the best DMs for many years that he's been here.
And we won nothing.
We paid him 5 years to rehab.
What?
He was rehabbing pretty much the 5 years. They were
No,
paid.
but I'm just saying for the price that players cost nowadays, I think we got our money's worth for Thomas Partey. That's all I'm saying.
You're mad. Honestly, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it.
What's crazy? And you know something? I'm not even going to go to stuff off the pitch. I'm just simply going to keep it on the pitch. Thomas Partey, for right now at the age that he's at, giving him a $13 million a year contract for next 2 years is a risk, and the club are avoiding a risk.
Well, let's just give Arteta 15 million a year when he ain't won fuck all as well. Then
Arteta's one of the best tactical managers out there right now, and I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to have it.
But Unai Emery out tactics him every time. Fulham out tactic him every time. David Moyes and Sean Dyche out tactic him.
You don't rate half the
Eddie
squad.
Howe.
And
Eddie
he has
Howe.
Eddie Howe. You
The head
don't
of
rate
the-
half
the
the
head of
squad,
the
and he has
team.
this in title races all the time. At what point are we going to say, you know what? Fair play, Arteta. You had us in a title race. Maybe if he does move on, at that point you'll start rating him more.
Who's he going to move on to again if he leaves? Who do you reckon?
I think he goes to any top club in Europe.
Well, PSG ain't going to get rid of him anytime soon. Real Madrid.
He actually inquired about Arteta before they
Who
signed
told
him.
you that? David Ornstein.
What?
Who told you that? David Ornstein.
Also, before Barca got Hansi Flick, they also wanted Arteta.
Yeah, I bet they don't now. I bet they don't now, innit? So if he leaves, let's say he gets sacked this season before Christmas, where's he going?
I think Arteta will be at Barcelona or PSG at some point of in his career in the future. One of those two clubs.
No, I'll tell you where he'll end up. El Dense, mate, in Segunda Division.
He's not downgrading.
Well, he'll do a Zidane and never have another job.
Anyways, can we all agree that it's not Arteta's fault that these players are on crazy wages? But now that Berta's in the building, it seems like he's making the right decision, because I can show you guys a graphic, actually, if you want to. I can show you guys a graphic of what the wages were before. What the wages were before with these two, and now with Jorginho and Partey. It's a big.
Are you the accountant of the club?
No, but
he's the head of the defense team.
No, but it is a big difference. It is a big
Okay,
difference.
now go and show us what the wages were. Right, now go and show us what. So we've downward steps on wages and downward steps on quality. Great. Now go and show us.
I think Zubimendi is similar to Partey, or maybe even
nowhere
better.
near. Are you tapped? You don't watch Sociedad. Stop
And
lying.
let's be honest, Jorginho was not even useful last season as much as Norgard, who played 34 games.
Yeah, but you just said Norgard's going to be fifth choice.
Yeah, he's replacing Jorginho, who was basically useless at times.
So what? Zubimendi's replacing Partey?
Yeah.
We're fucked.
How are we fucked?
How many Sociedad games did
It's
you watch
not
last
guaranteed
season?
that Zubimendi's going to come in and hit the ground running, you know.
But that's why we got a Premier League proven player in Norgard. We still have Moreno, Rice, Odegaard.
I can't allow this Premier League proven thing, blood.
So Fernando Torres was Prem proven. William was Prem proven.
Like, if we should have kept Partey and brought in Norgard as a Jorginho replacement, not get rid of Partey, get rid of Jorginho, and then just bring in Norgard, bro.
And also, when you say, Egal, that we've saved some money, which is obviously something you've mathematically proven now, apparently, right? What does that now mean? So what? The only only matters if we go and buy Rodrigo and Isak.
Like, you see, for me, this Norgard guy, he ain't no Partey replacement. He's Jorginho replacement. For me, we still need one more.
We got Zubimendi.
No, we do. Yeah, okay, cool. So we got Zubimendi, Norgard, Rice, Odegaard. Yeah, and
we need another one.
Marino. So now, at some stage this season, I'm telling you right now, we're going to have Zubimendi, Marino, and Odegaard. Are we Sociedad 2019?
I would take Isak on top of that to be Sociedad.
Yeah.
100%.
Really? Well, Isak ain't coming to Arsenal, that's for sure. But if Rodrigo is available at any time in this window, I best believe he ain't coming to Arsenal. Because Bayern Munich need wingers. Man City need another winger. Yeah, and you think he'll pick us?
Is not coming to Arsenal, and everybody who's coming to Arsenal is shit. Is that what
I never said that? I rate Zubimendi, but the way you lot gassed him up, it's like it's Rodri. He ain't, and he's not better than Partey. And I watch him week in, week out. You can't even test me on it. I watch it week in, week out.
You know what he does? He solves the problem of us not being able to play through the middle.
Really? Well, I've shown you that before. I sent you the graphic. He don't pass through the middle. He passes like that out to the sides. I watch him every week. Facing his own goal, he's like Granit Xhaka, bruv.
Hey,
Going forward, he's brilliant in terms of splitting the lines diagonally, but he ain't playing that killer ball through the middle, and he barely scores any goals. Yeah,
Hey,
I don't think, and this is why people should stop gassing players up they don't watch. Yeah, because if people come into my comment section and say, "Lee, what do you reckon to this player?" I say, "I don't watch that league, man. Can't tell you." Yeah, people just get gassed up by every single player and then argue with people like me that watch players week in, week out and tell me, "No, he's better." No, I watch him, mate. I literally watch him every week. He is not Rodri. This fan base have gassed up Zubamendi to be Rodri. Great player, cool, fantastic. I'm cool with it. I'm happy he's here. But it should have been him and Partey and Rice. Yeah, him, Partey and Rice. Yeah. Odegaard, we should get a better player than him in. Yeah, and this is what I'm saying. We've got 5 midfielders going forward next season. Now what we're going to do is we're going to drop that German giraffe into midfield next season at some points because we're going to sign Sesko. And Sesko will be the main striker. But then if Sesko gets injured, the German giraffe will be back up front. Yeah, when he's not injured, he'll be a midfield option. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put Max Dowman in the squad. Now we've got 7 midfielders. We're not buying enough
Fabio
midfielder.
Vieira a chance.
Nope, seen enough. That's why he went back to Porto.
You know what's crazy about him? He was the best player in the under-21s tournament a couple of years
This is
ago.
why you shouldn't gas players up, Egal, that you don't watch.
Like, yeah, Sonogo was the best at under 21 too.
Do you know who else was? Danny Ceballos. Danny Ceballos was. Danny Ceballos won 11 trophies.
The Elliott's cooking right now at under 21s.
Bro, Fabio Vieira was higher rated than Vitinha.
Yeah, and which one did we go and buy? And they were both at the same club for the same price. Yeah, talent ID at this football club stinks, and it has done for nearly 20 years.
We went to Porto, yeah, and we didn't pick up Conceição or Vitinha. How'd you do that? That's mad. We ended up getting Fabi Vieira instead. That is worrying. For
and
me.
Conceição went on loan for 10 million in the summer last year. Why didn't we go and get him? That solves. I'll tell you another 2 we should have got. Johnny Cardoso's just signed for Atleti for 30 million. Why didn't we go and get him? Yeah, Raul Moro. Do you remember when I sat on the show with you and said Raul Moro? You went, who's that? Oh, we don't get any GA. Well, Ajax had just signed him for 12 mil. So we could have 42 million euros all in, including add-ons for the pair. That sounds like good business to me. That's smart business to me because you fill 2 positions.
I think we're done in midfield now, lads. I've got to be honest. I think he's going to use Waneri and Dalman. He'll use Waneri and Dalman now. That'll be it.
I think there's one more possibility. The possibility of us getting somebody who can play in the wing and can also fill in the midfield.
Sounds like 29 then.
Like a Kudus as a Morgan Rogers type.
But why are we doing all of that? Our main problem is we're almost 30 goals back from what we were last season, and we've done nothing to address that. We scored 30 goals less than we did the season before. And what have we done to do? I mean, it's like we keep hearing these stories. Yeah, I know the window's not over, but bro, if you've been supporting this club for more than 20 years, the track record speaks for itself. We've been sold dreams every single fucking transfer window. So it's like, am I gonna go in there? I'll be an idiot to trust anything that this club says. They have to give me actual action to get me back on side to actually trust them. Because I've been promised a striker, Lord knows when. When was the last time we bought a striker? Was who? Obama? Yeah.
Like an out-and-out striker.
It's crazy. I mean, the whole
22 and he's not a striker.
Yeah, he's not an out-and-out striker.
And I'm trying to be positive. I see the financial side of the whole Partey thing. I think he's stupid to even try bargain. And I mean, we've been paying the guy for 5 years to rehab. What leverage does he think he has to get a raise after, he's only played his first season last season kind of deal, the whole thing pretty much, of which last season he was out in some games. But to go from Partey to Zubamendi when we're so close is from Partey to from Zubamendi to Norgard when we're so close is just, I mean, and I don't want to get too into Norgard because I haven't seen him play for Arsenal and give him the benefit of the doubt. But on paper, I know football's not played on paper. On paper, it looks like we've gone, to steal Lee's phrase, we've gone a phase back. So I don't know, man.
At least he's over 6 foot, so he can stand in the box. Everyone else
have we gone backwards? Because what was Jorginho offering us?
Strength-wise, Egal. If
Zubamendi,
blows his hamstring first,
experience. From
Norway
experience.
offers us that also.
Yeah, and how did that work with Jorginho?
But
Sorry?
we're meant to be
Thank
moving
you.
forwards too. We're meant to be moving. When you're this close,
It's
when you're
not a
so
forwards
close, bro,
move, is it, Egal? Come on.
No, but guys,
our window's closed.
this is
Our window's
but this
closed.
is
Our window might be
this,
closed.
but this is not the needle mover. Then if we don't sign the
So what's
needle
the needle
movers,
mover? Rodrigo. Because they're saying
the
77 million for Rodrigo.
Gyökeres, the
Do you
Rodrigos.
not think that can happen?
I
Have you got
hope
trust
so.
in this? Have you got trust in this board to go out there and get the Rodrigo deal done?
Bro, this is what I expect. I expect them to go and try to get Gyökeres and all the Sesko stuff. Hopefully, eventually goes to dead because I do think the Gyökeres deal makes more sense financially, and he's
We'll
a
end
better
up with
player right
Sesko.
now.
We'll end up with Sesko, Egal. You know that.
No, I hope Christian's sources are right when he told you that Berta told him about the situation. And Berta, from the day that he signed, he's been speaking about wanting being a big admirer of Gyökeres. Hopefully,
Okay, sorry,
Berta
stop right there. Where has he been
gets his way.
speaking? Because he hasn't even done an interview for Arsenal yet. So where have you had this?
David Ornstein, the day that he
Oh,
announced-
David Ornstein. Okay, cool. Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
As much as
Yeah.
you don't like David Ornstein, he is one of the top sources for Arsenal.
No, he's not. He's a mouthpiece for the football club, and he tells us what we need to know. Let's just not do this.
Okay, and if he's a mouthpiece for the Arsenal, then he's also a mouthpiece for Berta, and Berta made it clear that he's an admirer of Gyökeres. So hopefully Gyökeres signs for Arsenal, and if Gyökeres does sign, then I even have more hope that we're going to go and spend big on that left wing. And there's been rumors from Kiko Suarez, who's a content creator for Real Madrid, multiple Real Madrid sources saying that
Why haven't we gone in for Gyökeres? Because like the Rodrigo one, I get in it. Like he's at the Club World Cup. That's probably gonna have to. If we make a move, it's gonna happen after. I get that. But the Gyökeres one, like he's demanding a move. He's saying like he's not going to play for Sporting. He's saying, "Yo, I'm out. Like I'm on holiday and I'm not coming back." Blood, you get me? Why have we not gone in for Gyökeres? Blood. Why are we still having talks with Sesko when Gyökeres is the cheaper and better option?
we're doing a bidding. We're basically creating a bidding war amongst two clubs that want to sell a player to us because
They've both got release clauses. What are we doing here?
Listen, nobody's paying the release clause because that's 90 million, and the other one's release clause is like he doesn't have a release clause. Gyökeres actually doesn't have a physical release clause.
Do we have a target, Egal? Do you think we have a
What
target?
Gyökeres was lied to in January and told, "Hey, gentleman's agreement," and the guy who gave him the gentleman's agreement is no longer there, so they don't have to honor
So
it.
forget that, Egal. Who do Arsenal want? We should have a target because every club has their target. Who is our target?
You know, Andre Berta just walked in the building, and we find out that the way that he does business, he has two targets, and he works on both of them simultaneously. And he's like a guy.
That's what he's supposed to do.
He's basically like a guy picking up two girls and trying to figure out which one he wants to deal with.
And then ends up with neither of them.
That's where.
Nah. So what were the two? So what were the two deals? Kepa and Norgard.
No, the two deals are he's lotioning both Gyökeres and Sesko's. He's lotioning both Gyökeres and Sesko's clubs to figure out which one is going to give him the better deal, and then whichever one gives him the better deal, he's not going to.
We all know that Gyökeres is the better deal, like financially and on the pitch.
Yeah.
What's he trying to do? He's trying to lower. He's trying not to pay Sesko's release clause. Is that what he's trying to do?
Honestly, the main thing is it doesn't make sense for the club to sign him in June.
Why?
They're probably going to sign him closer to preseason, so he does have a preseason with us, and we're not paying him the ridiculous wages for an extra month.
Oh,
so we're now saving money again.
We've done this. This is how the club operates.
What if another club? So what? So what if another club just swoops in now?
Comes and gets Gyökeres, bro. Comes in and gets Gyökeres.
We're here dilly-dallying. We've done this before with targets as well, where we've dilly-dallied. And example, Higuain dilly-dallied. Napoli came in, boom, got the deal done. What if that happens now with Gyökeres? Because there was no one else linked to Higuain with us. It was Arsenal. Yeah. What happens then?
Liverpool are in for Gyökeres, apparently.
Man United. They're going to cry if he goes to Man United, didn't they?
Because another one is that he's agreed to move to United now.
No, but Egal, if we then drag this guy till August,
he told him fly. He told Man United fly. He only wants to join Arsenal.
Fantastic. So if he goes to Man United, then you better come back on here and explain why.
Bro, the reason why I think it's going to be Gyökeres, I have no idea who we're actually going to sign, but I think we're going to end up signing Gyökeres because of the fact that Gyökeres is the one looking to pushing for the move, where Sesko's
pushing for the deal.
Yeah.
Phrases.
Another one.
No, but it's true. Why is he going on strike?
Needle mover. That's the latest buzz phrase, isn't it? Needle mover.
Mm.
Yeah, needle mover. Is Jokeris a needle mover?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Sesko?
No, not in my
Cool.
opinion.
So if we sign Sesko, we won't be seeing you gas it up then.
No, I'm not going to be happy.
Okay, so you're not going to back the team now, no?
Bro, the guy's about
How negative? How negative, lads?
I like Arsenal. I like Arteta, but one thing I don't like is when we do stupid stuff, because I do feel like
welcome to our world.
Because we do overthink things. We do overthink things sometimes. I think the Kai Havertz situation, we overthought it. I agree with you guys on Kai Havertz.
The Kai Havertz one we didn't think.
Yeah.
We did.
And I actually said, as soon as we signed him, I said he'll fall on his sword on that deal.
If we sign Tesco or Nadi Madueke this summer, you guys will see me pissed off.
Because you sat there on the show the other day, yeah, and you said, Nico Williams, well, I was telling you he was going Barca for 2 years. He's now going Barca. By the way, let me ask you actually on that point. How comes Barcelona are a skint? Can't get deals over the line, but now suddenly can?
Because players are literally willing to lower their wages to join them.
Oh, wow. It's almost like they have Paul.
No, what they have is a player who's willing to stay in Spain and wants to play with his best friend.
Okay, so how did they sign Dani Olmo then when he was in Germany? Oh, let me guess, because he's Spanish.
Yeah, and he came from their academy, no?
What about Lewandowski?
Because Lewandowski's on 600 grand a week.
Lewandowski was on a free.
He's on 600 grand a week.
Yeah, but he came on a free, so they can.
What about all the other players that signed then? Because they've signed about 25 players in the last 3 years.
The reason why Barcelona are the way that they are is not because of who they signed, but because they were able to produce multiple academy graduates that were outstanding.
No, I get that. But how are they signing players from their skin?
Pedri, Kabassi, Gavi, all at the same time. That is ridiculous amount of quality. They have 4 or 5 starters that were free because they came from their academy. We need to do better from our academy.
Well, yeah, and this is why Chelsea and Man City keep spending loads of money, because they sold Humphreys, whoever Humphreys is, for 14 million quid the other day, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Do you even know who that is?
He never played for him. Carl Hein, even though he had a good season on loan.
Yeah.
That is not on Arteta, by the way. That's on Richard Garlick. That's on Edu. That's on the people behind the scenes.
That's on Berta as well.
As much as you guys don't rate,
as well, yeah.
You guys stick it on Arteta all the time. Those are the guys who are making the biggest mistakes that we shouldn't be trusting.
The Cronkies are the problem. There's no
they're the ones that are
accountability.
making it. The reason why I trust Arteta so much, he's doing all this with all the stuff you're criticizing behind the scenes. He's doing
all what? He ain't won nothing.
Getting multiple title challenges out of a team that you don't rate, and the players, some of these players that you don't rate.
It took us for 8 points clear, and we finished second. Yeah, the following season we regressed because we weren't 8 points clear. We finished 2 points behind. But you lot gassed it up that it was improvement because we finished 5 the season before. And factually, we were 8 points clear, so we regressed that season. Yeah, Jorginho, who I'm seeing people going, oh, he was a good player for us. Yeah, I'm seeing everyone saying, oh, he was a good player for us. Blah, blah, blah. Really? He was the one who passed Tielemans the ball against Aston Villa at the Emirates, which then led straight to their goal to beat us. First goal in that game was the 2-0. Yeah, we lost the league. Yeah, and then last season, he weren't even in a title race. So 3 years in a row, he's took us backwards.
Arteta's taking us backwards. Are you
8 points clear, we didn't win it. Second season in a title race, yeah, we didn't win it. Yeah, and we factually finished closer in points, but we were never 8 points clear. So 8 points clear to 5 behind.
We were 1 kick away from winning the league.
That was 1 kick. Really? When?
1 kick away from winning the league.
It wasn't one.
When was the 1 kick? When's the 1 kick?
Any game where Man City concede a goal and draw.
Yeah, but that's not a kick. Oh, come on.
And that's not in our hands either.
You get me? 1 kick away was Man United, Man City. Aguero. That's 1 kick away. You get me? We were never that close. That's 1 kick away, bro. You understand?
Okay.
With what Lee just said as well, yeah. I don't think we've gone backwards. I think we've stagnated. I think there's been progression. I think we were progression until we got to second. And since we got to second, we've just gone like that. The trajectory has gone.
We've stagnated, and the guys around us have retooled.
No, but we haven't won anything now. So how do we
retooled? I love his laugh.
I think January was an eye opener to me, because the main reason why I changed my stance on Arteta last year in January was because of the injuries and the fact that I seen him going against the board saying, I need signings, and they still didn't give him signings. So at this point, if they don't go and do what's proper this summer, I'm like, clearly these guys are idiots because they know what the issues are. They know what we need. All of us in the panel know what we need. If these guys
when you say these guys, who do you mean?
Richard Garlick, Tim Lewis, the Cronkies, if they leave us this
What about
summer,
Berta? Why do you keep missing Berta out?
Berta just walked in the building. I'm not going to hold him accountable for something he.
Oh, but you'll gas him up for signing sensible signings that we've just signed in Kepa and Norgard. So when it's good, it's good. But when it's bad, it's not on him. It sounds like Edu all over again, doesn't it?
Berta just walked in the building. You don't judge us. You don't judge a director of football first window.
Oh, really? Well, how comes Ocampos walked straight into PSG and they got rid of their players straight away? And
how much money did PSG spend over 2 years? More money.
How much money did they save? They were sensible signings. Ago, they got rid of Neymar. No, they got rid of Mbappe. They got rid of Messi.
PSG spent over 700 million euros over 2 years.
Yeah, and what did they save?
They sold a lot of players too, probably.
Thank you. And what did they save? How much was Messi on? How much was Mbappe on?
I don't know about
how much was Neymar on.
I'm just simply saying when we're doing comparisons, let's make fair comparisons here.
Fair comparison.
PSG's wage bill is the highest wage bill in Europe. Yes, they won the Champions League.
They won 4 trophies last year.
They spent the most money. So are you saying Arsenal should just spend the most money, keep spending your way out of problems, and hopefully
well, it's almost like it works, isn't it? Because Real Madrid.
Does it work for Manchester United?
Honestly, yeah.
Well, it works for Man City.
Your owners are super wealthy.
No, but Egal's moving like we're gonna have to
your owners have $30 billion sitting in the bank. Your owners are making cost cuts. Because these fuckers are cheap. They're making cost cuts to the Nuggets. They're about to trade their star player. Because these guys
Did you see what Cronky said about Jovic? Oh, I don't want to think about having to sell Jovic. These man, I see their fan base getting mad now, blood. You understand?
No, those people need to be grateful. The Cronkies won them a championship. They never
sports in the States. This is what winds me up.
He knows this. And sorry, he knows this because he supports Maple
Leafs. It's a revenue share system. It's designed. The leagues in America are designed to have a new champion every single year. And it's not the same team too. The draft system it literally is there to make sure that the bottom team rises to the top, then drops to the bottom, and it's a whole cycle. Everyone gets a taste. Yeah. Everyone gets the same share of. Even the Charlotte Hornets that nobody watches get like 500 million, an equal cut of the NBA TV rights. American sports are different. The financial side of American sports is very different too.
But the way your girl's going on, it's like with skin.
Yeah, no, but the person going on is like we're gonna have to go out there and spend ridiculous money. No, we're not. Just go out and literally buy a fucking striker, buy a 10, and buy a winger. It's simple. It's not rocket science. It's not go out there and rebuild the whole fucking squad. It's 3 positions, bro.
But to be honest, the
Arsenal board clearly troops. The Arsenal board are being cheap. Because we could have got Ollie Watkins in January. We can go and spend whatever we need to go and spend this window and get all of our issues sorted. But these guys are being cheap. And that's why deals like Norgard and Kepa are happening because they're saving money for the big signings up top. That's why.
So who would you accept? What level of player? Name names, yeah? Because obviously we're not going to get Rodrigo. We're not stupid. Eze, yeah. So we've gone from Nico Williams
a top player
to Rodrigo, to Bradley Barcola.
I'm a big fan of Eze,
bro. He's a good player, but he's level raiser for what we want to do.
Don't get.
I think he's better. I think he'll match more work than Odegaard, mate.
But he ain't going to play in that position. He'll play him on the left.
I'd play him. I'd play him right there.
We should. Do you know what we should have done? And this is how this club are fucked up, yeah. Because I'm telling you right now, this is why I said he's going on like we're skin. We are skin, Egal. We are skin because our wage bill is through the roof. Yeah, we can't get rid of these players. Martinelli, nobody's buying him. He's on 180 grand a week.
Not staying then?
Pardon?
Aren't you happy then? Now that Partey's not staying because our wage bill.
Because Partey's a good player. Martinelli on 180 grand a week is taking the piss. Yeah, Ben White on 150 a week is taking the piss.
So this is
even Jesus on 250,
65.
This is what Berta has to
fix. Paying to Riyadh.
Guys, this is what Berta's gonna fix. Hopefully. This is what the people.
Before the start of the season that's just ended, we owed Jesus and 99.5 million in wages if they go from the beginning of the season just ended to the end of their contract. That's without what we've already paid them. That's without the transfer fees. That equates to nearly £250 million for them 2 players. Everyone should be sacked.
Jesus, by the way,
I don't
hopefully he will be going after.
Do you know what we should be doing? Ripping his
Jesus
contract
ain't
up and
nowhere,
fucking him
No one
off.
will buy him. No one will buy
Yeah,
him. No
Jesus,
one's
Tommy
paying. No one's
Yasu,
dumb enough
you're
to
not
pay
getting no money for them
200,000.
kind of man there, blood. Them man, they're more
Those guys
injured
are
than
seeing
they're
out their
Tommy's got 1 year
contracts.
left on his contract, I
They're
think.
seeing out their
He's
contract.
going
Tommy Yasu might retire. I heard he might retire.
Good. He retired as soon as he got it.
Well, we could rip Aubameyang's contract up. Why can't we do the same with Jesus and Tommy Yasu then?
That's a good point, Potts.
Honestly, Jesus at this moment in time while he's injured, it's bad practice to do that.
Why is it bad? Who cares about bad practice?
No, you don't rip up a contract of an injured player.
Why? He's going to get paid the salary anyway.
It's bad PR.
Bad PR. Nobody cares about PR. I want to win.
No, Arsenal clearly does because they don't rip up contracts for injured players.
Right. Tommy Yasu, by the way, on the 1st of July is going into the last year of his contract, so we can rip that one up.
Yeah.
Is he?
Is that not bad practice as well then?
When he's
not
fit,
till December,
fit and available and back and he's ready.
Not
to
even
actually
beginning
go.
of the season.
December.
Yeah, both of them are back in December. So why don't we just
And
rip their
Jesus?
contracts up?
Bro, they're saying Tommy Yasu's injury is so bad he might never ever play again.
Well, that's sad to hear,
December
but
too?
at the same time, yeah, he's on 100 grand a week, so I don't really feel that sorry for him, Egal.
Hey,
Of which?
I'm not saying.
Hold on. We gave Tommy Yasu a raise. We gave Tommy Yasu a raise while he was
Yeah,
rehabbing.
because it's his
We
second
gave Tommy
contract.
Yasu
He's
a
on
raise
more
to
than
fucking rehab.
He's on more than 100. He's on more than
He gave him a
100.
new contract to rehab.
Yeah.
When did he sign the contract? Yeah, maybe
2.5 years ago.
Jesus.
He signed it 2.5 years ago.
If I remember correctly.
Who?
Tommy Yasu. He signed a
Yasu
new
got
contract.
that
recently
raise
gave
to
him a
rehab,
deal.
if I remember correctly.
Oh no.
See?
Yeah,
Am I
we
wrong?
signed him up. Yeah, we extended it for a further 12 months whilst he was injured. We did that in March.
Boom.
See?
Boom. I
March
thought as much. I was like, this
2024.
guy got a raise to
From last year, sorry.
raise to
Yeah,
rehab.
March 24.
Yeah, I remember.
Again, another
So-
sackable offense, man. Another
Yeah,
sackable.
his contract expires in summer
We
26.
gave him a
How are
new
you
deal in
giving
March.
man new contracts when they're injured? What's going on?
Who is in charge of this crap, man? Honestly, it's
We are the worst run football club in Lord.
embarrassing.
There's definitely worse run football clubs. Come on. Let's not do
Okay, yeah, not true.
We did this with Abu Dhabi.
How do you? It's like we want to play buddy, or bro. We're
We
here to
did this
win.
with El Neni. Whenever
DRB
you're
was
injured-
levels though. So DRB, you get me. I get it. I get why DRB they kept trying.
We did
that.
it with
Do you know what I
This-
heard
this
yesterday?
shit.
Do you know what I heard yesterday?
Fuck
Yeah,
you know.
apparently we tried to keep Jorginho and offer him a coaching role, yeah, as well, and fast track him to coach him. Where did we hear that? Oh yeah, we heard that with El Neni as well, didn't we?
That was
Yeah, and El Neni didn't get his coaching role at Arsenal. He left and won a trophy.
And
Yeah, he
Jorginho
went
left
Egypt, bro.
because he's going to Brazil and he's going to be getting a coaching role there too.
Really? Well, his first game he set up a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're still in the competition.
Anyways, I do think Arsenal will invest in that attack.
Yo, there's a Fabrizio Bomba, by the way. Get excited. I've
What do
sent
you
it
say?
to you troops in the private chat.
Oh wow, we're dusted.
What did he?
We're done.
What
We're
did
done.
he-
We're done. We're done.
what
We're
did
going
he-
for another centre back.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
done.
Sky,
And
You know what?
he's not it, well.
I think this is solid backup,
Okay, how many Valencia games did you watch last season?
bro.
Bro.
I have not watched many.
Bro.
but I'll
Thank
tell
you.
this,
How do you know it's a
I'll
solid
take
backup? Do you know it's a
I'll
solid
take a deep
backup?
This
dive.
fucking team, man.
I'll take a deep dive into what do you call it, Y Scout after this show.
How do you know it's a solid signing if you haven't watched them?
He's highly rated. He's
Highly rated by who?
He's an under 21 Spanish international. He's
They've just got knocked out of the competition, by the way, with
he
him at
has 1
centre
year
back.
remaining. He has 1
Got
year remaining.
weighed in by
contract.
England, by the way.
He has 1 year remaining in his contract, and he has a physical stature and height and all the
A
physical.
physical
build.
stature, what? Because he's tall. Oh, another tall centre back that can't defend.
Bro, we are not going to go and spend ridiculous money on a backup center.
Is he a right-sided defender? Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, he's a
Better not
backup.
be another
for Saliba.
left-sided one.
He's a backup for Saliba.
Oh, okay. So it's almost like they're planning
Fine.
for Saliba to
Look,
fuck off. then.
I've got to be real. I
It's-
need to see a right-sided centre-back coming in, but I don't know if he's any good. But, you know, he's back
It's
up.
like
Yes.
with prior, it's just
Another defender, though, like coming in
That's
first.
the
I don't
thing.
mind
That's
defenders
the thing.
coming in, but let's
That's-
actually go for some attackers at some
like
stage.
attackers, please.
Oh, and
It's like
the last game that he played left-sided centre back. I think he is a
Oh, by the
left-sided
way,
centre back.
Hand of Arsenal announced it, not Fabrizio.
Yeah, I swear he plays left-sided for Valencia.
Not Fabrizio quoted him too. I think
He played left side for in the under-21s championship.
Yeah, look, there's the Fabrizio one. But he added him.
Hang on one sec. Let me just double check this. I swear he plays
Who's
left
this
side
hand of
defense.
Arsenal?
Bro, I don't know because I don't know because
It's probably Fabrizio on another account making out the
Hand of Arsenal. Hand of Arsenal. I know. I don't know him, but he's legit. Like everything he says comes to.
he was in my DMs a few years ago, but I don't know who he is.
Right, Mosquera can play left or right. Andy can play in a free, according to this.
Is he 2-footed?
Well, he has got 2 feet, Egal, but
No, are both his feet very good? Like, can he
because
he's not very good at all, mate.
No, but this could be left back for Skelly to go into midfield.
No,
another left back. Why don't we just keep Kieran Tierney?
Bruv, he played Kiwi or left back. Why are you so like? You get me?
This is the
he's
fact.
Playing Calafiori left back. He's a centre back.
The fact is Zinchenko's going. This is just more defensive cover.
So basically, what we're doing is we're replacing defenders with defenders. Yeah? Instead of right, hold on 1 second. Yeah. So we've got Jorginho gone, Partey gone. Yeah, Neto left, and now Zinchenko could be leaving, and we've just done and replaced all of them with players that are worse.
No.
Well, fantastic.
What are you talking about?
How is that going to help us cover the?
Okay, Kepa's better than Neto. Cool. If he's that good, why
didn't better than Jorginho? But we don't. I don't know what Zubimendi is going to be like at Arsenal, but I'm thinking he's going to be suited to how we play compared to what Partey is.
Well, if Neto's so good, yeah, I'm not Neto, sorry. If Kepa's so good and had this fantastic season at Bournemouth that everyone kept telling me about, how comes Bournemouth didn't buy him for $5 million?
I don't know. Bournemouth wanted somebody younger.
Oh, okay. So he's going to come in and he's going to be on 75 grand at least a week.
Hey.
So that's more than we were paying Neto. So we ain't saving money there then, are we?
You want to know something? I really don't care too much about the Kepa thing. Last season, he was one of the top 7 goalkeepers in the league. We got a Premier League proven goalkeeper. We got a Premier League proven midfielder coming into the team. We got Zubimendi coming into the team. If we sign this guy, Christian Mosquera, I think he's a top centre-back prospect.
That you've never watched. Yeah.
Yeah, you can say I've never watched him. I'll go take a deep dive in Y-Scout.
Yeah, no, so how could you sit there and have that statement that he's a top centre-back or it's a good signing, it's a smart business when you've never signed, when you never watched him?
The likes of Real Madrid.
I've never heard of him. I'm not going to front.
The likes of Real Madrid and others have been lining him up for a free transfer.
Who said that? Can you tell me?
Go check Madrid Zone. Type in Mosquera. It will come up. You want me to go do that right now?
Madrid Zone. Jesus Christ, this is what we're doing. Just another aggregator account for Madrid.
But why are you shocked that
I don't particularly hate this because I do feel we need Saliba cover, but I don't know how good he is. That's my question.
Dan, put it this way.
Why is everything that Arsenal are linked to shit?
Because everything that we do is shit, Egal. We don't win nothing, and the players we're going for are not it. Would Man City go and sign him?
No, they wouldn't. Look at this. Real Madrid.
Is he the other black you in the flipping
Real Madrid?
Yeah, centre back.
Yeah.
I shared it. If you want to see. Real Madrid.
Oh, so it was Marco. Thanks. That's all we need to know. It was Marco. It was Marco. Thank you.
Bro, Lee, let me get a sentence in. Real Madrid really love Valencia centre back Mosquera. He's also has a contract situation and will become a free transfer in 2026. You also have the fact that they want Kanate, Skelly, and Mosquera. Just goes to show you that's another one right there. And where's the next one? Can't really.
Oh, they wanted Skelly, did they? Another lie. Yeah, don't listen to anything Marco say.
They did actually speak to Skelly's people.
Oh, do you know that?
It was been reported multiple times.
Stop listening to these reports, Egal. Come on, man. These man chats absolute rubbish. And I'll tell you how I know that. Because you sat here a minute ago and said after January, the way we didn't do anything in January, that's a disgrace.
This is the same guy who's also saying Saliba's off to Madrid, by the way.
Hold on. We were linked to how many players? The reports in January were telling us over 100 different players were linked to Arsenal. And guess how many were signed? 0. Stop listening to these reports. They don't know nothing, mate.
Officially, we've actually signed 3 now, based on reports.
Officially, we've signed 4, if he comes. Which he will, because he's a cheap signing. We'll get him for about 7 mil.
We haven't even made a bid for him yet. Let's see.
We'll sign him for about 7 mil.
Hey, what's wrong with signing another prospect?
What's wrong with buying another centre-back? Why do we keep buying defensive players, bro?
You're the same guy. All over again. 1 second, Lee. You're the same guy who screams about Arsenal not getting cover. And now that we're getting cover, you're like, it's not of the quality that I want.
No, because if you look at Man City's squad, Egal, I'll read out their team. Real talk, mate. Yeah, I don't think you realise how effed we are going into the season.
We are finishing
even if we're finishing above Manchester City.
Yeah, because they're still shit defensively.
Are you mad?
They're shit defensively. They might
Are
be
you
better than
actually
us in
being
attack.
serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. They're not better than us
What
defensively.
about
I
with
wouldn't say
What about with
shit.
Rodri coming in? With Rodri coming in, Cherky coming in, Reinders coming in. By the way, he was a baller.
Reinders a
Livramento, they reckon they're
pine cone,
getting.
bro.
Huh?
Reinders a pine cone. They're gonna walk right past him.
Have you
Really?
watched him?
Yeah,
No,
he's
no, he
good in
hasn't.
attack, but defensively he's a pine
Reinders
cone.
is quality, bro.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a baller. Everyone loves him. They see him on his eyes, but defensively he's not that.
They got
Midfield,
Rodri back, bro.
Rodri's back. Rodri's still gonna have to do a lot of.
Let me
hard
read out
work.
the starting 11 from the other day. Just this is the starting 11. Yeah, Ortega in goal, Nunes at right wing back, Aït-Nouri left wing back, Vardy, Akanji, and Kushinov, Nico Gonzalez in midfield, Gundogan and Bernardo, Haaland and Echemesi. Their bench: Ruben Diaz, Rodri, Cherky, Foden, Bob, Reinders, Stones, Ake, Marmoush, Doku, Bettinelli, Reese, Savio, Edison, and O'Reilly. Are you telling me that our squad is going to be better than that?
Can I just add to that as well, right?
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
And they ain't finished yet either.
Let me just add to that quickly.
I'm not impressed by Nico Gonzalez. I'm not
Okay,
impressed
let me
by a lot of
okay.
these guys.
Okay, let me just say, I just said that Rodri's back, and you said he's got a lot of work to do to come back. But we got Saka, Havertz, and Gabriel that are coming back from long-term hamstring injuries.
No,
That
I
actually
said
is a good point. I
he's
didn't
gonna have a
think
lot of
that.
work.
And Timber.
Forgot
Saka
about
hasn't
that.
looked fit.
He's
Saka
gonna have
hasn't
a lot of
looked
work
fit.
to do in that midfield because let's be honest, guys. Manchester City, it's currently June 26th, and they're already playing competitive games. They're gonna have a long season, and I think they're gonna be on their legs. They're gonna be dead tired next season to
Okay.
start the season.
Well, let me tell you what I
Arsenal
think as
domestically
well.
managed.
They're doing this as their pre-season. They'll have a couple of weeks off, yeah, or a week off, and they've got a squad where they'll rotate their players all season.
So everything's bad for Arsenal. Man City is amazing.
If I had Man City squad, I'd be sitting here licking my chops down. We're going to win the title.
I don't think we are looking at Man City in the same way because yes, they won the league for the last 5 years.
You don't think Man City are back, Egal?
No, because they still have guys like Gundogan, Bernardo Silva that they haven't moved out. I don't rate majority of their wingers. Majority of their wingers are not that good in my opinion. You look through, they have Oscar Bob, Foden, Savio, Doku, all guys who are not really like of that caliber who are going to.
But you rate Martinelli and Trossard, yeah?
Hobbs are baller,
I rate Bukayo Saka. I don't even think they're in the same caliber as Martinelli. They can have good seasons where they get 15, have seasons where they get 8. Not
okay,
really
but they got 4 of them. We've only got Saka.
What Man City, in my opinion, are lacking this season is defensive solidity. They don't have that. You look at their defensive partnerships across. Before they had guys like Diaz and Stones who would be solid for a bunch of games. Akanji in and out of the team. Garvardio playing left back, playing center back. Aït-Nouri, he might be good attacking wise, but defensively he's suspect. They don't have a quality right back at all in the team.
They'll get Livramento though.
We'll see if they get Livramento, but right now they don't have a quality right back at all. And then so they have issues in the wing, issues with production from the wing. They have issues in defense and their midfield, which is supposed to be their biggest strength. You have a player coming back from AC from what do you call it, a major knee issue, and Gonzalez, who has not really shown that he's of the caliber yet. So
and Reinders and Cherky and Foden.
Reinders is not a defensive midfielder; he's an attacking midfielder, and Cherky's an attacking midfielder. Man City might have improved their attack, but the defense is just as suspect as it was last year, and that's my
problem. At the moment, you think that
what sign is there to say that they're not going to do more defensive work?
Vardio and Diaz are there. They've got Kuzanov. They've got, as you said, Vitor Hayes, who's highly rated. That we wanted. Vitor Hayes. They've got obviously Aït-Nouri coming in. Livramento, they reckon they're getting it right back. If not Livramento, it will be another right back. I think Man City will be back. I don't know if they win the title.
Yeah, I hear you on the defense thing.
I think quite a few teams are going to finish above us. I don't think you realize how fucked we are.
I think Man City are going to have to pull a Chelsea next season and outscore teams again,
which I think they can do.
They're not going to concede that like they were last season.
How have we not addressed our attacking half?
Yeah, so let me
30 goals down. We're 30 goals down. We're going to end up alone.
They still have midfields with Bernardo Silva and
Let me go back to this quickly about Arsenal's attack thing, right? Because right now, the players that we are apparently bringing in, Kepa, Norgard, Zubamendi, and now this Mosquera, is this Arteta signings or Berta signings?
I think it's Arteta because Arteta doesn't make attacking signings. I think the attacking side is being dealt with by Berta.
What do we reckon?
Because
Honestly,
how
I don't
many
know.
attacking players? How many attacking players has Arteta signed? Even when you look in the midfield, yeah, all his midfield signings, yeah, are defensive signings. He's not signed a creative midfielder apart from Martin Odegaard. This man has never signed a creative midfielder because what? I put him and Fabio Vieira. That's it. And Vieira's fucking shit.
What about Odegaard?
He has a
say
say.
apart from Odegaard, that's
he
it.
has a big
apart
say.
from Odegaard, that's it. Because you look, Lokonga, Partey, Rice. Now we're bringing in Norgard, Marino. All these man. Where is the actual creative? Bro, this man played with Santi Cazorla. How can you not know what a creative player
played with Mesut Ozil?
Troops, you know what
Ronaldinho, man.
Alexis.
You know what happened though?
Yeah,
He knows what a left winger should look like.
JJ
He played with Alexis. He played with Alexis, bro. One of the most dangerous left wingers that we've seen in recent times, blood. You know what a left winger looks like, bro. But then Martinelli still here, 2020. Like, come on, bro.
Troops, Arteta got told Isak is 15 million over evaluation.
Okay, well maybe save his wages for a year and we can pay it.
They also told us that we can't. They told us we can't get Isak. They told us.
Who told us? Who? Who's they?
The board.
How do you know this?
Lee, don't be stupid, man.
Answer the question. How do you know this? Or otherwise it's just a throwaway comment.
No, the actual quote came from the Athletic. But once again, you're gonna say the Athletic is shit.
You love the Athletic.
No,
subscribe to it, blood.
It's a legitimate source. Okay.
No, it's not.
So Alexander Isak, we missed out on 15 million Troops. We missed out on Rafinha because he went to Barcelona. There's been multiple players throughout Arteta's era who he's wanted to sign that are attacking players that would improve the team.
So what's the reason?
But also,
what's the reason with?
At the same time, all the players that we've signed in Arteta's era are his.
Yeah.
He said he has the final say on every single one
His
of them. He
words.
was given that promotion a year after. Was it a year after he got the job when he was promoted from head coach to manager or whatever the hell it was?
Yep.
Since then, bro, he's been signing off on everything.
And he's been getting pay rises.
And you can actually tell the window where we stopped signing the Brazilian connects, the Jeruption, the Kia Jeruption clients, the Edu connections, and you saw that this is when we shifted to Arteta.
Yeah, because first it was Brazilian. First it was Brazilians. Now it's
we're doing the Marquinhos,
Spanish.
David Luiz.
Yeah, now it's just
Mari.
pure Spanish blood. Zubamendi, Marino, Kepa. Just pure Spanish now, blood.
Not only that, yeah. What was the excuse for not signing Kvaratskhelia
You got
in
a
January?
Spanish connection. I like it.
Even
Yeah,
this
but guess what?
Mosquera
We're getting all the worst Spaniards, mate.
Yeah, we're not even getting like you see like Vieira. You see like Wenger.
Yo,
He go out and get
Zubamendi's
some
one of the best
you see Wenger?
midfielders.
No, but come on, bro. Wenger would go out and get some bad boy unknown African youths, some bad boy unknown French players. You get me? Or on the cusp. We're not getting that, bro. The first one is Zubamendi.
Marquinhos is supposed to be like a 20-year-old Spanish top center back.
Mosquera that you haven't watched.
Yeah, but I'm gonna deep dive into that later. As for Zubamendi, Troops, Zubamendi is a hot property.
Zubamendi's a good player. That's the only one I'm giving you.
He's the only one.
Yeah, but this is the thing, Troops.
Man signing Mikel Marino, bro. Like, come on.
We're gonna sign a couple or 3 or 2 major signings.
Bro, we need 3 major.
I'm telling
we
you.
need 3 major.
So Zubamendi's one major.
Yeah.
The striker's another major. The left winger's another major.
Right, who are they going to be?
I think it's going to be either Rodrigo and Gyökeres. I think are going to be those 2 main guys that we're going to bring in with Zubamendi.
No
and
way.
if that does happen, if we get Rodrigo, Gyökeres, Zubamendi, Marquinhos, what do you call it? Norgard, Kepa. Who's the other guy that we got? Mosquera. If we get those 6 signings,
Don't forget Harto. We need another left back.
That's 3 big signings that are coming into the team.
Let me guess, that's a 10-10 window.
And that's three like small signings.
Is that a 10-10 window for you then?
Would that make things better for you guys? If we go and get 3 big signings, 3 small
I'd
signings.
take it, but we need another creative midfielder, but I'd take it, yeah. That's better than
So you want 7 players.
It's almost like a rebuild, like me and Matty were telling you, mate.
No, it's not a rebuild. It's called a retool. None of our starting 11 are actually getting shifted.
Oh, I love the retool.
Listen, guys, the reason why it's not a rebuild, we're not ripping it down and starting from scratch.
Okay, do you know what the best signing would
We're
be? This, do
improving on
you know
what
what
we
the best
have already.
business we could do this summer? The best business we could do this summer. Get rid of this fucking manager. Pay him off. Bye-bye. That'd be the best money we
I
spent
think that
this
would
window.
be the most catastrophic thing we did in the summer.
Yeah. Well, good job we ain't all paid to think then, innit?
Fellas, I'm
I
telling you,
am
it's
paid to
it's
think.
I love you,
last
Gav,
summer.
man.
It's last summer all again. Our attacking signings will be at the end of the window, and they'll be loans, just like we
Hey,
did with
no,
Sterling. We'll get.
Zah, don't put
I
that
mean,
negative
why,
energy on.
bro? It's again the track record. This club needs to bring me back. They're not getting the benefit of the doubt when they haven't done anything for me the last since Lord knows when. Aubameyang was literally the last attacker. Yeah.
And
No,
that was
but
under
guys,
Am
Wenger.
I crazy?
And that was Wenger's last signing.
Am I crazy for that? Like, I
No,
want
but-
to be optimistic, but I'm looking at
Look,
the hard
look at this.
facts.
Look
I'm
at this. Look
I'm
at this.
taking emotions
Even
out.
under
Look at this.
Wenger,
Wenger
he
left
had to
us.
sign players in
Wenger,
June.
look at this. Wenger left us with ABBA. Yeah. This man's leaving us with Havertz.
He left us with
He's not
Lacazette
left
as
us
well.
yet. He's not left us yet. He's not
And that's what
leaving
he's
us
going to leave us
anytime
with.
soon.
That's what he's going to leave us with.
No,
Marino
he's gonna
and
leave us with
Havertz.
Gyökeres, Rodrigo, and a Premier League and a Champions League. I'll bet you any money.
Until he proves it
Bro,
to
I
me with that
hope
tactics,
you're right.
they're not getting the benefit of the
I'm
doubt.
telling you
I'm
truth.
sorry.
Gal, how many
I'm telling you
times?
truth.
How many times
I
can you
just-
sit on these shows, right?
Can I-
Honestly, yeah, year in year out, making the same excuses, gassing yourself
Fighting
up
for your
when,
life, blood.
yeah, when things
It's
don't
gonna
happen.
get to a
Like,
point.
then when things don't happen, you go, oh, but anyway, we'll just back this player now, yeah, because you sat on the show and you said it again today, except Eze, yeah, but we've gone from Nico Williams, Rodrigo, Bradley Barcola, Kvaratskhelia to Eze.
Eze,
That's
I think, is
what-
better than some of those guys.
Well, it's better than Nico Williams because he's shit. Who else is he better than? Yeah, I don't
He's better
rate
than
Barcola.
Barcola.
either. So is he
I'll
better than
take Eze
Rodrigo?
right now. I
Okay,
think
is he
Eze-
better than Rodrigo?
No,
Is he better than Cavra? Because that's the level we should be going
No.
for.
but you know something?
But I'd
think that's
take
like my tax
Eze
favorite.
as a 10 and then still get me
Do you know who we
Rodrigo.
should have
Nah,
signed?
bro,
Do you
you
know
know.
who we should have
You
signed?
understand?
You
We
know
should
your
have
gaffer.
signed
You know your
Elise.
gaffer loves Martin.
Guys,
Troops.
I am.
We should
I
have
am
signed
not
Elise
gonna
for
sit here.
45 million quid. That solves the right side down the 10.
I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't know how the club operate, though. You guys all know
No
how
one
the club
does.
operate. We always sign players closer to preseason. We don't like to have Kieran Tierney signed for in June 1st because we can still sign him on the 13th of June and have him ready for.
Yeah, but
preseason.
Gal, how many more years are you going to keep sitting on these shows making excuses for why we don't win anything?
I'm not making
signing
excuses
top
about why
players.
we don't win anything. I'm telling you guys, there's no need to panic in the 20.
There is. It's 21 years without a title,
They
mate.
do
5
it.
years without a trophy. It's
No,
panic
but there's
time.
no need to panic about not signing a striker yet because we're going to sign a striker before preseason.
Do the okay? So I get what you mean, Egal. It's the whole financial thing that the calendar turns on the 30th of June. But do the signing on the low, leak the goddamn news to put us at ease, and then they announce it and officialize it in July.
They did
But
that
then-
with Zubamendi. People still
Do it,
freaked out.
but do it with the striker. We ain't. I'm sorry. I mean, I like the guy. Yes, that's a position. We need the 30 goals covered. That's what will get the people excited. Like
I know,
sign the attackers.
but Berta just walked in the building, guys. Have some confidence in
No, he
that.
didn't just walk in the building.
No, but I mean, he just came in the building 6 months ago. Have
Okay,
some
so
confidence.
going back to Dan's points
This
a
is
minute,
how he
a
does
question
his
that you
business.
never answered a minute ago. Then, yeah, are these signings apart from Zubamendi because that was already done? Yeah,
Yeah.
Are these signings Kepa, Mosquera, and
Oh God.
Norgard? Are they Berta signings or Arteta signings? Because you never answered it.
I don't know. I'm not going to answer something I don't know.
Okay, but when it was Edu
These
and
are
Arteta,
signings, blood, because these are the same type of talent ID that we've seen come through.
No,
the
but
league.
he.
Let's be
but
honest.
where
Not
did
Andrea
Berta come
Berta.
from?
Let's just be honest a
Oh,
minute.
guys, where did
Andrea
Berta come
Berta
from?
This
is
has
not
nothing
finished.
to
I
do with
want
Berta,
more,
blood.
Berta came
Surely.
from Spain. Why are we surprised? Berta also came from
Berta,
Spain.
bro, like Berta's like interested in Rodrigo. Berta's interested in Gyökeres. Do you think he's gonna like pivot to flipping Mosquito?
And
But
Norgard.
Berta,
Yo.
Seriously,
Berta-
blood. Look at the level. Look at the caliber.
Yo.
Seriously. This is Arteta, bro. His
Mosquito
talent
could be
ID
the next
absolutely
Saliba. Who
fucking
knows?
stinks, bruv.
so basically Berta is a bitches. This is what we're saying.
No. Berta came from Atletico Madrid, which is in Spain. Last time I checked, so he could be. This could just be the recruitment that he was looking at Spain already.
Well, he was
bro,
looking at Gyökeres
Have you
apparently
not
as
signed
well.
Marino
So
from La Liga last season under Arteta?
Yeah.
Berta weren't here. So
why didn't Atletico Madrid
We're
sign him?
asking about this.
did
signing.
Partey not come from Atletico from Arteta signing? No. So
No, that was Edu's free agents.
Oh, okay. So hold on 1 second. So when it's
Where was Partey?
it's now
Thomas Partey
Edu.
was an Edu signing, no?
Oh, that's Edu signing.
When was
It's not
he? This
Arteta,
was
though.
2020.
Yeah,
But
still
now
Arteta,
these
yeah.
signings
It was
are
after we won the
they're
FA Cup.
you don't know whether it's Burton now, but that's definitely Edu. These ones are Edu. These
This is
are
what's gonna
Arteta,
happen.
and these I don't know.
This
So
is
what
what's
you're
going to
saying?
happen. We know what's going to happen.
Okay, how about this? How about
Why,
this?
that's why he's laughing.
How about this? Every signing is communicated by everybody, but I do think Arteta might have a say on if
He
we
has
go
the final
for this
say.
guy or that guy.
Of course he does.
Personally,
The final say. He has the most
I wouldn't be
important say.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he signed either him, Hato, or that Brazilian guy from Lille.
If
One
we
of them
sign
is
two
like-
defenders,
But don't you want more squad depth?
I want proper players that are ready
bro,
to
we've
go.
already got 20 freaking
I want
defenders. What do we need
players
another
to come
one
into
for?
this
Egal,
team
I need a
and get their
striker.
first team spots.
Yeah,
That's what I
Egal,
want.
we don't need no more defenders.
I need
bro.
a
If you look at
freaking
this- if you
striker.
look
We
at
have
the
20
squad,
defenders. We
we
have
have enough.
We have like 3
There's
guys
enough.
in each spot. We have 3 right backs, 4 center backs, and 3
You can even
left
play
backs.
Rice
Why
at
else we
centre
need
back,
more?
bro. You can even
What
play
if
Rice
we
at centre back. You
sell
don't need
Kivior
to
for
go
like
in.
40 mil?
Who's buying him for 40 mil? Who's buying him for 40 mil?
have cover.
AC Milan,
40 mil, are you tapped?
maybe.
I love you, Egal. Oh, man, pause.
This guy,
At this point,
Oh,
that's what I'm asking for.
I needed this,
'Cause
man.
if once is going for 40 mil, Kivior simply has to go for more than that.
No. Here's why. Kivior's on more money, nearly double the money, $2,000 short of double the money than
What?
Quansah.
Egal, our record signing, our record signing is Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain for 30 something. What makes you
Record
think we're gonna
sale.
sell Kivior? Sorry, record sale for 30. What makes you think we'll sell Kivior for 40?
Market
We can't
inflation.
sell shit.
Market inflation.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
can't
Market
sell
inflation. We
nothing.
put Kivior on 19 times
If
more
we
wages than he
sell-
was on before.
if we
We ain't
sell
getting
Kivior
40
today-
mil.
The market's
If we
been
sold Kivior today, we'd get
If we
about
sell Kivior
15
today,
million.
No, but
It's
the
gonna be like a
market's been
record transfer.
inflated. The market's been inflated, and what do we get for an English international goalkeeper?
Oh yeah, 18 million.
Bro, that's the Arsenal tax, bro. Because
So
our
what do you
wages bill is shit.
so what do you expect's going to happen with Kiwior?
Kivior is actually on good wages. He's
58
one
grand.
really good sellable asset.
No. He's on 58 grand a week, which is and let me tell you now, Quansah was on 30. They got 30 million for him. So half that, we're getting about 15 because he's on double the wages. No club's going
I'm
to
not
pay him
selling
60
Kiwior,
grand a
man.
week ago.
I'm not selling Kivior then. This is why I'm also struggling
You're
with
not
selling
selling him.
Martinelli. Martinelli's sale would make sense because of his wages and the fact that he might not be starting next season week in, week out. But do we want to sell Martinelli? I'd rather keep Martinelli over Trossard. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm
I'd
taking.
rather-
Martinelli
Yeah, I'm with
over.
you. I'm with you on that.
I'd rather fucking both off and go and get proper players. Yeah, because Trossard, I think he's a baller, but he ain't been doing it at Arsenal under this manager.
Let us down
Well,
big moments. That
He's been
PSG
doing
game.
good for Arsenal.
The only
Oh,
time
he
he
let
did
us
it
down.
was when we were 8 points clear. And what did this manager do? He rushed Jesus back and we folded.
Yeah.
He got player of the month in
PSG
April or
game.
March. Yeah,
Oh.
PSG, poor.
He has the shooting boots on. We're in the
Everything
final.
comes back to Arteta for you.
Yeah, who's in charge of the team?
He's the manager, bro. At the
If,
end of the
if you're the manager at work, right?
Manager,
If you're the manager at work, yeah, if you're the manager at work and your staff are failing, yeah, your boss sacks you.
you're the one that's held
but if you have terrible,
That is the problem with Arsenal
but if you
Football
have
Club.
terrible
No
equipment,
accountability.
terrible tools, and you can't do the job right because of the equipment and
Yeah, but
tools,
we've given you a budget of 750 million ago. Yeah, and you still can't get it done, so you're sacked.
bro, that 750 million budget over 5 years, we got teams winning the Champions League who we're competing against.
Cool. How much
spending
did
that kind of
Liverpool
money
spend
over
in that
2
time?
years.
How much did Liverpool spend in that time, please?
Liverpool spent like 400.
Okay, cool. And what have they won?
They've won more than us, obviously, but they've been doing
Thank
it for
you.
a long,
You know,
lot longer
Kepa.
than us.
You know, Kepa is the 7th goalkeeper that he signed.
Troops, you
I
know,
found-
No. Troops. Way more. We're in the teens.
No,
We
you
are in
forgot.
the
Yeah,
teens.
you forgot Setford.
No,
There's
We're in the
8.
teens.
We've all
Are you
Setford from
including
Ajax.
academy kids?
Runarsson, Matt Ryan, Runarsson.
Runnison, Matt
Turner.
Ryan,
Beckford,
Matt
I saw
Turner,
the list
Turner.
earlier. I saw the list.
Ramsdale.
Ramsdale.
I'll get the
Nyland,
Setford.
Nyland.
Yep.
Setford,
I'll get
And then with this one, it's
Probably
8.
except for Neto.
Yeah,
hey guys, you want to know something?
Yeah, 8
Bro, we
goalkeepers.
signed like 13.
Chelsea have
We've
spent
signed no
Chelsea
strikers.
has spent
for 7
200 million.
goalkeepers.
Hold on,
Yeah.
actually, let me look this up because I looked this up the other day. We're in the teens, Troops. Goalkeepers.
Hey, there's nothing
Alright.
wrong with it. It's a backup. Like it's 5
Bro,
Yeah,
million.
but
There's
okay, but
nothing
it's a
wrong with
backup
signing
until it
two
becomes
goalkeepers
a
transfer
becomes
window?
the main. Yeah, if Raya does it, if the window shuts on the 1st September, the very next game Raya breaks his wrist. He's now not a backup, is he? He is now playing for 6 months.
Kepa's better than putting an academy kid in there. Kepa's better than putting Neto in there like we had last year.
Okay, cool. When we actually see when we see all of these backups, when we see all these backups, please come back to me because until
that
then,
guy the American guy, Matt, what's his name?
Turner, who's just won an FA Cup. Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 7.
You're acting like he started.
It's 7 goalkeepers.
As Saka
was more.
As Saka won an FA Cup.
No, it's 7. Renarson, Ramsdale, Ryan, Raya, Turner, Neto, Kepa,
and Setford.
And Setford 8. So it's 8.
Yeah, and we bought Setford for 1 million from Ajax.
Yes, 8.
Crazy.
We've got that young Dane
eight
goalkeeper as well, man. So it's actually 9. That Nyland guy coming as well. So it's 9.
Yes, it did. 9.
So it's 9.
It's 9 goalkeepers. You're right. So, Egal, when you said that Tino Turner, he'll be acting like he started the final, so you can't count his FA Cup. Cool. Is that the same for Saka then?
Nketiah came off the bench, to be fair, in the final. Saka didn't.
I don't like when that name comes up on this channel.
I know, neither do I, blood. You know already.
that brings PTSD.
Me and you went to fucking war over that piece of shit, blood. You get me?
Did you see all the tweets the other day, yeah? Because Rodrigo was sat on the bench, for the Club World Cup game. Did you see everyone all going, oh, that's disrespectful. Yeah. It's disrespectful. Look at the way they're treating him. You know, he started the game before and set up their goal, didn't it?
Yeah, there's a great ball.
Hello. Yeah. And do you know he also played 52 times last season for Real Madrid?
Mm.
Yeah, and if you divide the minutes by the amount of game appearances, it works out nearly 38 full games. But apparently he's being disrespected at Real Madrid. Where do these people make these fairy tales up from? Yeah, they almost like talking themselves into something that hasn't happened at something else. So, oh my God, he's being so disrespectful. That means we can get him. And then when we don't get him, oh, he's a snake. Just stop gassing everyone up.
Bro, let's be honest though. If we were to get Rodrigo and Gyökeres, that's 2 exciting signings. And
we still will not win the league with this manager, Egal.
I don't blame fans for saying, you know what, those are the 2 most exciting options. Now, if you tell me
I love both of them, Arsenal.
If you tell me we end up with Leal and Sesko, I'm not going to be excited.
We ain't getting Leal either.
I don't rate Leal either. I think he's Rashford, the Portuguese Rashford.
No, he's not for me.
Oh, you saw people up gas because he was wearing that Henry's t-shirt.
Well, that t-shirt's nice as well.
Yeah,
it is a dope shirt. It is a dope shirt.
Matty said to me that was an original shirt back in the day. Like, they used to sell that. Apparently, yeah. I need to get that shirt.
They don't make clothes like that anymore.
Do you know what we should do as well then, based on that? Yeah, because obviously now he was wearing the Thierry Henry shirt. Yeah, well, now Aubameyang's posted a picture on his Instagram in the Arsenal shirt, isn't he? Maybe we should re-sign him because he knows how to put the ball in the back of the net.
We're not going to do that because of you know what.
What?
You know what?
Oh yeah. Anyway, we're fucked. Put it that way.
We're not, guys. We're gonna be here starting into next season. Yes, we're gonna have fairly similar team, but with 3 major additions and a bunch of squad depth changes. So we're gonna be improving the squad depth hopefully.
How many signings? You go. Tell me in total.
6 or 7.
Wow. Okay.
Right. So if we get this guy in, this Mosquera guy in, well, there's 4. So
who are the other 3?
More.
The other 2 is going to be a left winger, striker, and the final one could be potentially another midfielder.
Yeah, midfielder.
Yeah,
that's what we need. They're the 3 we need after these that are coming in, apparently. But
so we're not getting a right winger then, no?
If we get a creative midfielder that's cheaper, it's gonna have to be between like 40 to 50. I don't know who we're gonna get for that kind of money. Who's available for that kind of money? Eze? Is it going for 50 mil?
I think what's his release clause? It's like 40 something, right?
Don't they want like 60 mil?
They want 60, 70 mil. Almost.
Yes,
he'll probably end up going to Tottenham.
Yeah, Tottenham are interested in him, unfortunately.
He's an Arsenal boy. I hope he doesn't.
Yeah, they let him go out of the academy.
Bro, our academy is messed. Why do we let some of these good players go?
The club's a mess. It's been a mess for 2 decades. Because I'll tell you what,
David Ornstein's tweeted it out now. This must.
Oh well, that's done then. That's done then as well. That's both of them. Watch how quick he'll tweet again. If he tweets again within the next 4 hours, Yeah, like he did with Norgard.
like
That's stuff.
yesterday.
He couldn't.
I
He
think
had a
this
wet
is
tip yesterday. He was posting 3-4 times about him, wasn't he?
the best ground rule rate in La Liga, guys. It's a good
Huh?
centre back.
Where is he, David?
He's not a good centre back, mate.
Arsenal are in talks. Look,
There
things are moving
Yeah,
fast.
Arsenal
Good.
working on deal to sign.
Aren't you guys happy?
Enter in
Things are
12
getting done
months.
quick.
No, we have our defense is fine. Our defense is
No,
we
but
have the best
listen.
defense in the league. We've conceded the least amount of goals
With
for the last 2
outgoings,
seasons.
you also need incoming. So this just means somebody else is going to be leaving. It probably isn't.
But Egal, you know how Arteta stays. It's the same
So why
guys
didn't
that are
why
going to
didn't
be
we go and
playing.
buy
They're going to be
Konate
playing
then?
all season.
Because Konate's got
You
1
can't
year
buy,
left on his
you can't buy
contract.
Konate
Why?
because he's a Liverpool player right now.
Yeah, and he's got 1 year left on his contract.
Bro,
And he ain't signing a new deal.
This might not
As it
be the
stands.
exciting signing, but it's sensible.
Sensible. Guys,
How many
just
more
keep-
sensible signings are there
Yeah,
going to be?
all these deals are
before the marquee?
sensible. That is
The
the buzz
exciting,
phrase
the
of the
exciting
summer.
signing,
signings
blood.
are going
I
to be
want the
good
marquee,
money.
blood.
business.
I'm tired of
Sensible
hearing
and
this
good
sensible.
business.
Smooth
True.
business.
Sensible,
Nah.
good
The
business,
exciting
son.
signings are going to come soon, and I mean in July.
Yeah.
Give it 4 more days. We're going to start seeing some of those big signings.
4 more
But yeah,
days. We'll have a
what's
deal
the
for
date? The
Sesko.
26th.
Today's the 26th.
I'm not
Yeah.
holding that breath, mate. I am not holding
Thursday,
that breath.
26th. And it's currently 2:37 in the UK. Yeah?
Give it time.
This club is
We'll keep it
it's
tight.
literally just drained the soul out of me, man. It's
Guys, we're going to sign a striker. We're going to
Look,
sign
even
a
your
left
youth's laughing at you ago.
All right, I got to go, bro. Love. This kid woke up.
Love, blood.
Take it
Legend, bro.
easy.
Legend.
Oh,
But on that one, man, then we're going to wrap it as well, blood. You get me? Big up Egal.
I'm drained. I need to go and have a lay down, mate.
Yeah, blood. It's-
my day started. I'm already tired.
Jesus Christ, blood. I still got to do the school running them thing there. You understand? But yeah, man, I hope you lot enjoyed that one. You get me? You lot been calling for it, blood. I delivered, fam. You understand? I had to run up on Gunner on his watch along yesterday and put pressure, blood. You understand? But he's here, fam. You get me? So big up Gunner, big up Potts, big up Zar, big up Egal. Subscribe to all of the man them. Link in the description, blood. You get me? And hopefully on the next breakdown, we'll have some marquee signings, blood.